It is the most unusual looking creek bed I've ever seen.
Oh, I know, and it is really dry.
Yeah, well, it goes underground. It looks like it was sculpted from cement. This is where Eamon Tracy lives.
Eamon lives right here.
Oh, right here in this house?
Well, actually, in the white one.
Oh, okay.
Eamon's giving them a time there on the PSD, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I like old Eamon.
Good thing somebody is.
Yeah.
Instead of walking all over
They're
everybody.
going to run her in the ground if they're not careful. There's supposed to be a Confederate cemetery down here somewhere, but I haven't had the energy to go and check it out. It's up on some hill. See, these guys got, they got measles and things like that.
Yeah.
And cash your chips in.
Well, they lived on farms and they never got around other kids. You know, they were isolated. When they got around, of course, camps were dirty and bad sanitation, and the more kids died of camp fever and measles than they did of wounds.
Now, where would this road actually take you out? Have you ever been all the way out of it?
Yeah, it takes you to Monterville.
Monterville?
Yeah, which is up on top of Point Mountain. I imagine that mountain over there is Point Mountain.
I've been through that. I've been through that road from Webster Springs.
Yeah.
But this would be some type of a side road for that, right?
Yeah, General Lee, when he fought that holding action, they called that this. Of course, then it was the Seneca Trail. They called that the back door of Virginia.
Yeah.
And he fought a holding action all the way down through there, and that's where he got the nickname Granny Lee, because all he did was defend and dig in and didn't do a lot of attacking. And he got a lot of critics from that operation. And then when General Johnston was, I don't know if he was wounded or killed, beginning of the Peninsula campaign of General McClellan, the Yankee general, Jefferson Davis appointed General Lee as commander of the army. I think McClellan's forward troops could hear the bells in Richmond, church bells. That's how close they were. And Lee and Stonewall Jackson whipped them pretty decisively in 7 days, beat them back. They were Savage Station and Seven Pines.
Did you know there was a Mudhole Jackson?
No.
Yep, there was a fellow named Mudhole Jackson. Mudhole was actually doing his thing around here to some extent. Not sure exactly what. I think it was a term of derision. Now, what's that thing over there?
That looks like a spring coming out of a cavern. In the bathtub. It must be a cold bath. Huh.
Well, I bet that water's fresh, though.
I bet you there's quite a cavern in there.
Yeah. This is what they call karst. Karst.
Now, that's not one of the body parts that Gene Simmons is claiming he has.
No.
Okay, good.
Poor old Gene.
Yeah, one of my ancestors was in the Union Army. He was captured at Savage Station on the Peninsula Campaign, and he went to Belle Island prison camp and later was exchanged. His name was William Sweeney. Came from Ireland to fight in the Union Army. And he was captured and then traded, exchanged, and then he was wounded at Chancellorsville in May of 1863, and he died in June of his wounds from infection.
Yeah, they told me during the Civil War, more people died from their wounds, just merely from their wounds getting infected.
Yeah.
Than it just would, like you're blowing out of the water.
He was shot in the hip, so I imagine I pretty much took the hip away, and he probably died of a bone infection. We're not sure where he was buried. We never could find his grave. But he was just a young boy. He was maybe 23, I think. But he wrote 7 letters home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the family has those letters, and they're pretty interesting to read. Talks about people he ran into that he knew, and he says onward to Richmond. He didn't doubt in his letters that we would one day win the war, the Union.
Now, Pennsylvania produced Union soldiers.
Right, but of course he was in the 3rd New Jersey Volunteers from Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
He was, I think, in the 3rd Corps.
And you said, did you indicate that some of the Irish came over here specifically to fight in the...
Yeah, they sent for him to take the place of my great-great-grandfather.
Huh.
Because he was the main breadwinner. They really couldn't afford to lose him, so they went and sent for my great-great-grandmother's youngest brother, and he came over and he took the place. I think he got a $300 bounty for doing that. Of course, that was a good amount of money. And he signed up in Trenton, New Jersey. He had a brother he called Barney, and the letters are all sent to Barney, Bernard Sweeney, who was a teamster, and he made his living by running a team of horses. And later on, he got a job in Philadelphia with the Philadelphia Fire Department, driving the hook and ladder wagon. And
with
retired.
The team of horses?
Yeah, and retired from the Philadelphia Fire Department. I'm not sure how many years he worked there. Pretty long.
Can you imagine what it would be like to try to drive a hook and ladder truck with a wagon with a team of horses?
Yeah.
Through the streets of a city?
Yeah.
Now that's a those hook and ladder traps that had a driver from the rear, didn't they? A guy would drive the rear end of it.
Yeah.
And I've actually seen that. You know, they still have those kind of trucks. They're so big they have to have a second set of
cities have them. I've seen a lot of them.